Hi guys, welcome back to Jinlin Tarot. Doing another day of political readings. I forgot to do this one yesterday and had someone request this especially. So going to look first at Florida. Andrew Gillum versus Ron DeSantis for Florida governor. Andrew Gillum. Ron DeSantis. DeSantis. I'm butchering names today, so forgive me. I just got a flash vision, kind of a funny one, in the Harry Potter movie where he gets on the bus and the little shrunken head sings the little song about, hang on, it's going to be a bumpy ride. I just had that run through my head, so hang on guys, it's going to be a bumpy ride. So we'll have Democrats here and our Republicans here. Andrew Gillum. DeSantis. Wow, interesting cards here. Just move my cats up just a little bit here. For Andrew, the first card we have is the Six of Cups. Nostalgia, friendships, old friends, dear friends. The second card is the Page of Swords. Fighting for his truth. He has power. You know, he's holding a sword. He has power. Yeah, and the final card, the Four of Wands. It's a celebration. Happy home. The Four of Wands for me also, especially in this deck, signifies the four walls of a building or house, and the castle in the background is kind of like a governor's mansion, I would say. DeSantis, the tower. People falling off the tower. I don't know if he's lost supporters or if he's lost people in his campaign staff, maybe. Yeah, his second card is Eight of Swords. He's feeling tied down and bound. He needs to be gagged. His mouth gets him in trouble. He's blind. He's blindfolded. He's blind. But he gets the Star card. He's very hopeful. I'm going to pull one more card. I really feel like this one's going to be close. Andrew gets the Four of Coins, hanging on to what he's got. Ron DeSantis gets the Hierophant, which is legal institutions, government, law and order. Wow, I don't know if he's doing voter suppression things, or if there are things happening in Florida with voter suppression. If someone's helping DeSantis with this, but this feels like voter suppression. Yeah, and the fact that Andrew Gillum is trying to hang on to the votes he's got, almost as if someone's trying to take some away. I'm going to pull one more card. Indra gets the High Priestess, the wisdom, strong, intuitive, feminine energy, so a lot of female voters. Ron gets the Lovers, who he's in bed with, who he has agreements and commitments with. Yeah, I'd say this is a bumpy ride. The fact that I have the Four of Wands here with Gillum, I want to say ultimately he's going to win, but it feels to me like Law and Order investigations coming in. DeSantis, they may announce him as the winner on election night, but I feel like there's going to be investigations and possibly looking at voter suppression or even hacking. Wow, I do feel the energy towards Gillum in the long run, but I don't think it's going to be announced that night. So I'm going to go with Gillum, but I think it's going to be a really bumpy ride. You know, some similar things kind of came up when I looked at the Senate race in Florida too. So I think we've got to pay attention to these states that are doing voter suppression and hacking of voting machines. Yeah, the Republicans like to deny that's happening, but there's actually an article in Vox News online that talks about that it happened in Knoxville, Tennessee in the primaries in May. So it crashed their systems on election night during the primaries. So it is going on. I think Texas in the early votings has had some issues with looking like some of the votes were changing. So anyway, be aware of that. It's something when you're voting, watch your machine, watch your ballot. I also wanted to take a look at Wisconsin. Scott Walker, the incumbent, he's the Economic Development Project for Foxconn for Trump. He's cracked down on unions. He's trying to set up work and drug testing requirements for Medicaid. He is a very strong Trump supporter. He's running against Tony Evers, who was a state school superintendent at one time. And the polls have been pretty close on this race. So Wisconsin, we're looking at Scott Walker and Tony Evers. It's almost like my cards don't want to spread out today. So we'll pull Tony Evers first. Scott Walker. Okay, so Tony Evers, his first card is the Seven of Coins. He's waiting for the harvest. He's done the work. Waiting for the tree to bear fruit. He is feeling restricted. Might be another state to watch for voter suppression in. His final card is the Ace of Wands, making plans, new beginnings. Scott Walker, his first card, the Nine of Cups. Everything he's already gotten, attained. Very proud of himself. The Hierophant, again, government, could be legal issues. He is the incumbent. Wow, I'm feeling voter suppression issues here again, guys. I know this keeps coming up, but voter suppression and Hierophant, government issues. And then his final card is the Fool. He's looking for those who are loyal to Trump to vote for him. I'm going to pull one more for Tony Evers. Tony gets the Page of Coins. Yeah, information about money. Scott Walker gets the Ace of Swords. Although it's the sword of truth, it's also about swift action. It's also about force, power. I'm going to call this for Scott Walker, but I feel like it's going to be contested, that Tony may actually be saying, okay, go back, count the coins again, count the votes again. He is making plans, for the future, bringing new energy and new information and new ideas. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a recount or a challenge in this one. I'm gonna look at one more here. I'm gonna look at Ohio, where John Kasich is retiring, or at least leaving the governorship. Maybe he'll be back for presidential elections, but and we have Mike DeWine as the Republican and Richard Cordray is the Democrat. Mike DeWine is currently an attorney general in Ohio. It's interesting, everyone I've been reading so far in this video looks like issues of voter suppression coming up or vote tampering. That bumpy ride image I got was holding true. So Richard Cordray, Mike DeWine, so Richard Cordray gets the full card. Rebirth. He needs to be careful he's not stepping off a cliff. Rebirth and New Beginnings. His second card is the Knight of Coins. Interesting, both of these first two cards have the dogs on them again, so he's looking for loyalty, and he may be looking to pull people over that were loyal to Trump. That, you know, the full card comes up a lot for Trump. He may be trying to get those people to move over and vote for him. And his final card is the King of Cups. Feel like he's well liked. Good heart. For DeWine, his first card is the Eight of Swords. This card keeps coming up. I'm going to call it the voter suppression card. I don't know, if he feels tied down and bound a little bit. He may be having a hard time as a Republican replacing Kasich, or Kasich. I can never pronounce his name right. Kasich has been pretty vocal, speaking out against things that Trump has said and done. So it could be that Mike DeWine is walking between the swords a little bit here, or standing between the swords of, gee, do I go the Republican line, or do I do like John Kasich has done and stand my ground? His second card is the Empress. He's got a lot of new ideas, a lot of new almost feel like creative ways that he's looking at things. And then the final card is the Emperor. So getting both the Empress and the Emperor, maybe he's getting a lot of the female vote too. The Emperor trumps the King of Cups. We'll pull one more card for each, just to make sure. Maybe I should have stopped at that last card. Richard Cordray gets the Nine of Cups, happy and content. Mike DeWine gets the Four of Cups, not happy with what he's offered, discontent. So contentment and discontent. Wow, I'm going to pull one more. Richard gets the Page of Coins. Again, because the coins for me sometimes symbolize the votes, the actual votes. I feel like there may be a contesting something here also. Mike DeWine gets the Two of Wands. Things are balanced. He's looking to his future, but he's waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's not accepting what's offered, and he's waiting. So could be that DeWine actually is the one who requests the recount. Wow, if I had stopped at the Emperor and the King of Cups, I would have called it for DeWine. I am actually going to call it for Richard Cordray. I think the fact that he shows up content and DeWine is not, that maybe a king with a good heart overrules an emperor. Interesting. So that's the readings for today. If you have any additional readings you'd like to see on the political front, please request them in the comments. I won't be doing these much longer because election day is next week. So get out and vote, guys. Thanks for watching.